Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to Nat's Beautiful Life. Today, I'm going to be doing my November wrap-up. It's not going to be in any order because the books are everywhere. And I'm going to make an announcement right now. I'm going to be doing the 12 Days of Christmas. Now, I know that the 12 Days of Christmas technically starts on the 25th, but we're not going to do that. Then I thought about maybe doing like the 12th through the 24th, like every day, but then I was just like, no, I'm not going to put that pressure on me. So what's going to happen is there's going to be 12 videos in the month of December, and they are all going to be coordinating with like 1, 2, 3. So like, I think the very first video is going to be one pile of garbage, and it will be all my DNF books and stuff for the year. But it will also have books, beauty, and bullet journaling as the categories. And I think what I'm going to do from now on is whenever you see the title of a video, on the very end you'll see a tag that says books, beauty, or bujo, and like this one says books, right? Hey? So that's what's happening. So without further ado and jibber jabbering, let's get into the video. So the very first the very first book that I read and finished this month, I believe, was Broken Things by, who's that by? Lauren Oliver. I had a lot of high hopes for this book, but it didn't do it for me the way that I thought it would. But that being said, I did enjoy the book. I kind of got a little bit guessy towards the end about who done it, but it was an interesting read, entertaining. It was great for the time of the year. It was like just the end of October going into November, so I did enjoy it. I do recommend it if you want something that's like a psychological kind of thing. It's not like a super fast-paced thriller. It's more like a mystery where you're just kind of uncovering things here and there. I thought that maybe the characters were a little, like, maybe underdeveloped as far as, like, how they process through the years these things. But then again, I've never been through that situation, so I don't know. But you just read that and decide for yourself. But it is a darker mystery. So if you have trouble with, like, that type of thing, then stay away, because there is a murder, and there's even a murder of an animal, which is just not cool. Wow, why am I so distressed over the murder of the animal, but the murder of the whatever. Moving on, the second book that I finished this month is way on the bottom of the pile. It is also the book club book of the month, and that is Almost Sisters by Joshilyn, or Jocelyn Jackson. I'm just going to say Jocelyn. I don't know. But this book is amazing. Read it. Read it. The cover makes it look like it's one of those fluff, women's lit kind of books things, but it is not. There's so much to it. And there's serious stuff to it, don't get me wrong, but it was so funny that I literally was barreled over laughing a couple of times. It's that good. I read The Opposite of Everyone or Opposite of Everything, or Opposite of Everyone, whichever, by Joshilyn Jackson at the beginning of the year. Fell in love with her writing. This does not disappoint. She is the character, and she has very, as I hit myself in the face, complex characters that are normal people, but they show the complexity of just everyday people, how we all have so many facets. But the main character is a graphic novelist and draws for her graphic novel. What am I saying? And she gets, just read the book. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but this is a really good book, and I highly recommend it. I read a couple of books this month that are just like, mind-blowing, and this one was incredibly unexpected. I feel like the cover should be different because the cover makes it seem like something it isn't. So yeah, take that as you will. This is a good book. Highly recommend. Moving on. All right, so the next book I read, maybe? I'm not sure. I think the next book I read was this one. It's Rogue Protocol. This is my One of my favorite new series. It is All Systems Red is the first one. It's the Murderbot Diaries. Love these books so much. I read them in one sitting. I want all of them, so I could see myself rereading them over and over again. And then I recently just finished Exit Strategy, which is the fourth book in the series, and there should be a fifth one coming out in 2020. I cannot wait, but I highly recommend these. And if you're not super into sci-fi or anything like that and you're not sure, but maybe you want to give it a shot, I highly recommend the Martha Wells books. The first one is All Systems Red. They're very short, so you don't have to dedicate a lot of time, but good. All right, the next one is How to Walk Away by Katherine. I saw this in the Book Page magazine that was they give them out at libraries and stuff a couple months ago, and it's just been on my radar, and it was not what I thought it was, but it is so good. So our main character and her fiance or whatever are in an accident. I don't want to give it away what kind of accident it is because it's just, once again, so good. In an accident, and he walks away without a scratch. She's paralyzed, and it is just her coming back and then her realizing what her life really was, how perfect it looked. Everything was so perfect, and then taking the veil off of it and seeing it for what it really was, and then what she can do with this life. And this is so good. I can't recommend this enough. This is another one that's not really chick lit, but still, I mean, I think that women would appreciate it more, but it's really good, and I highly recommend it. Alright, so the next book that I finished was an audiobook that I got from the library called Radical, and it's Taking Your Faith Back from the American Dream or something like that, from David Platt. This book's phenomenal. It is rather short, so even if you're doing the audiobook's like 4 to 6 hours, something like that. And I had to do a lot of traveling and like driving this month, and I was listening to this on the way, and he not only opens your eyes to things, but he also gives you strategies with which to work on those things. So I highly, highly recommend this book. Even if you don't agree with everything, I don't really know why you wouldn't, but yeah, it's just a very powerful book, and I really loved it. I enjoyed that one. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I know I have 2 right here that are just like, all right. So the reason why my book list is a bit shorter this month than normal is because of these 2 books I'm about to mention right now. They just took a little bit longer to read. Actually, one of them didn't take as long to read, but anyway. Okay, so I've been seeing this book a lot on booktube called It's Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, who, by the way, Mark Lawrence is an actual research scientist who works on artificial intelligence and works in rocket science. This is not a sci-fi. This is an actual like fantasy novel, but I just thought that was pretty cool. Yes, the hype is real. This book is amazing. I don't know if I give it 5 stars. I think I gave like 4.75 stars. I knocked it for just a few things, few little holes in there that may be explained in the next book. I don't know, but this is another planet, so it's not like Earth, and it's not like I said, it's not like sci-fi. It's kind of like how Lord of the Rings is Middle Earth. It's like a whole other world. So they have a different world, and in their world they worship the ancestor, is what they call him or her. And so the nuns of this particular faith, and that's like their main faith of the world. They have other religions as well, just because we all do. I mean, we all, like, in our world, religions pop up. So anyway, that's my point. They're nuns, but they're not just like nuns. They're like warrior nuns. Like, this convent teaches you how to fight. And the first line in this sucker will just draw you in. I'll read it for you. Hang on a sec. First line of the book. It is important when killing a nun to ensure that you bring an army of sufficient size. For Sister Thorn of Sweet Mercy Convent, why can't I say that? Lanotassus brought 200 men. And she kicked some butt. So when I say these are some really kick booty nuns, this story, and there's like political intrigue and all this stuff, there's a lot of politics involved as well as whatever else. But I'm just telling you, this book is good. But it took me, this book is only, well, I say only, it's pretty thick. So this book is only like 467 pages. I should be able to read that in 3-4 days. There's so much in this book. It's so densely written. There's so much information, so much stuff. And it's world building, it's system building, it's all of that I just really slowly went over it. And sometimes I would back up and go back over it. It's phenomenal. And like I said, there are a couple of holes, but I mean, it's a whole different world, a whole different system. So, you know, whatever. It's not going to make sense. It's not real, okay? But I really loved this. And I'm going to go out and get Grey Sister, which is the second book, whenever I take these back to the library. But it took me a good week. It took me a good 7 days to read, which is unheard of for me, but it was a great 7 days of reading. I highly, highly recommend this if you like fantasy. But good times. All right. The next book was another one. It really didn't take me that long to read, but it was one I had to read a little bit and then put down because it's heavy. It's a memoir. Oh my, but so good. And that is After the Eclipse, A Mother's Murder, A Daughter's Search. And I have not heard about this book at all. I just happened to be walking in the library and I saw this. And I was looking, I don't know if I was looking in the nonfiction per se or if I was just walking by like to get something else, and it just jumped out at me. When I read the synopsis and then just kind of grabbed a page or something just to look and see, I was like, yeah, this seems like a good book. It's also true crime. But anyway, Sarah Perry is the daughter and she's also the writer. Her writing style, her writing in general, phenomenal. She is such an amazing writer. Even when she's writing about these dark things, she writes it in such a way that the words are just beautiful. It's almost prose-like. I mean, it's so good. It's lyrical. She has very little lyrical writing, and I think she does do nonfiction here and there. I haven't looked up to see if she's wrote anything else. But I think she's won some awards or fellowships and things like that too. She's really good. But anyway, when she was 12 years old, she was in her bedroom and she heard her mother screaming no, and it was about midnight, and then she waited till she locked her door to make sure no one came in her room, because she knew she couldn't help, she couldn't do anything, and she wasn't around a phone because it was back before we all had cell phones. And when she went to go, call somebody, someone had come in her house in the middle of the night, and her mom was in the kitchen and killed her mother. And it is about not only, and I love this, it's not only about the murder and the consequences and all of that, it's about her mother. She really wanted to delve in and know her, she was very close to her mother, single mom kind of thing. Her parents were divorced, and it's just the relationship between her and her mom. And then after her mother passed away, was murdered, her life after that, but then also just learning things about her mom. And then also when the trial comes about, and it's 12 years before the, and I'm not giving any spoilers away, it's 12 years before the man who did this is actually caught and brought to justice. So it's just a phenomenal read. If you like true crime at all, if you like memoirs, if you like anything with lyrical writing, this is an amazing book. And like I said, I've never heard anybody speak about it, and that's a shame because it is so good. So get on that. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books, 8 books. All right, so the one I'm currently reading, I'll probably finish today, is The Miscalculations of Lightning Girl. Trust me, once you get done with this, you need some light reads. So that's when I did like one of my other Murderbot books, and then I picked this one up. I've seen this around like in bookstores and stuff. It's a middle grade, and it just seemed very like cute to me. I don't know. But I've actually enjoyed it. I'm almost done. I couldn't put it down last night. I started to read it, and I literally was about that far in, and then I like reversed it. So that's how much I got left now, because I just kept turning the page. It's an adorable story. It's not only coming of age, but it's like friendship and overcoming some things. And yeah, this is a good story. If you need a feel-good read, and you know, even if you have kids, get this. But if you like middle grade, get this. If you need a feel-good read, you need to feel happy about life, get this. It's such a darling story. And yeah, so good. All right, so I think that I will be done for the month with that. But if not, I plan on reading 1 or 2 more books. So hang on just a sec. Let me see if I can pry them off my shelves without tearing down the bookshelves. Okay, so after finishing up with the, Miscalculations of Lightning Girl, I plan on continuing the Harry Potter series. So Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is the Ravenclaw edition, right? Yeah, the 20th anniversary. I love these editions. I have the Hufflepuff for the first one, and I am basically going to just collect these editions over the years, and I'm borrowing someone else's, like, reader editions. But once again, if you're new to my channel or you don't know this about me, this is the first time that I've ever read Harry Potter. So excited. And that one, I probably will be able to finish that in November, if not very early December. But if I happen to finish that and pick up another book, I also want to do a reread of J. Asher's What Light. This is a YA Christmas story, which is kind of rare, I think. But it's actually pretty good. It is not just Hallmarky either. I really like it. I liked it a lot, and it gave me a new appreciation for families who grow Christmas trees and like sell them in their private lots and stuff. So I always said, after reading this book, if I ever buy a real Christmas tree, I'm going to a family-owned lot to buy it there. So I don't care how much it is. This book changes you when it comes to that. And it's a really good story, and then you learn things about trees, so good times. All right, so that's the books that I read this month, or that I plan to finish up the month with. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I have the 12 days of Christmas coming up. I am so excited. I got a brand new computer and all of that stuff, new editing software, all kinds of, I actually got 2 new computers this month. So that's why I've been kind of missing in action, because I've been learning new systems, setting up new everything. And then the next step is lighting and camera. So yay. Thank you guys so much. We have hit 300 subscribers, and I'm so thankful for you, and I plan on doing a giveaway very soon. But do me a favor, share this video on all your social media. Share it on Facebook, share it on all that, so that we can all enjoy the 12 days of Christmas together. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See you very soon for 12 days of Christmas. Have a great day, gorgeous.